Peace, my family, and raw back to all. And those coming out at a good cocoon for the first time, welcome. This your girl, the butterfly, and we about to take off. West why. Just want to send you all that good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right in that good 9 mind. How y'all feeling today? Hope you guys most definitely moving on up in your higher natures and cleansing, yes, cleansing the lows. I came here today to share another chapter, and this is chapter 15, the book of Revelations, the L's Holy Injiyl by our master teacher, Dr. Malachi L. Translated. Alright, now, this right here will certainly help you on this good journey within. So, with that being said, family, let's read. Chapter 15. The 7 messengers are ready to release the 7 plagues upon the earth. The last plagues, verse 1. And it reads, And I saw another sign in Orion's skies, great and marvelous. 7 angels having the 7 last plagues. For in them is filled up with the wrath of Theos. And I, Injiyl, John, saw another symbol in the Samad, 7 wonderful Malachi having 7 last plagues with them, because by them will the punishments of Allah be complete. I, Injiyl, Bar Zebedee, saw another sign in the Samyah, me, great and marvelous, 7 Melech having the 7 last plagues for them, is filled up with the wrath of Yahweh of the Elohim. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, in them is filled up with the wrath of God. And I, John, son of Zebedee, saw another symbol as a token to overstanding, and gaining knowledge of the intricacies of the revelation. And in the Orion skies, great and wonderful, 7 arch messengers having the 7 last plagues, preparing for their assignments to inflict the earth with the punishment of Theos in the form of plagues with them, because by them will the punishments of Theos be completed. The world cannot end until they experience the wrath of Elah. Theos, the occurrence of the last 7 plagues will bring the final end. And it reads, John sees 144,000 in the crystal city as they sing the praises of Theos. Verse 2. And I saw as if it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had received the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Theos. And I, Injiyl, saw what looked like a sea of glass blended with fire, and them that had received the victory over the serpent, and over his pitcher, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, standing on the sea of the glass, having the harps of Allah. And I, Injiyl, Bar Zebedee, saw as if it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had received the victory over the beast and over his image, over his mark, and over the number of his name stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Theos. I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God. And I, John, son of Zebedee, saw what looked like a sea of glass, which was the crystal city, called the abode of peace, holy city, and New Jerusalem. This new city will descend and establish itself here on earth. Then gather the chosen, the 144,000, and prepare for them that final day, when they shall ascend Mount Zion to reign in peace with the Lamb. This is a spiritual city. Let me repeat that one more time. This is a spiritual city which will come out of the heavens. It is located above the planet Earth, inside of the mothership. It is shaped like that of a beehive, which is a glass enclosure that is clear and transparent. Because of its precious stones' reflection of amber lights, the transparent enclosure reflected the jasper and golden lights from the stones, which make up its foundation. That's why the Crystal City is called the Golden or Emerald City. This gives it the sea of glass effect. This great city, this gives it the sea of glass effect. This great city is composed of precious stones, as clear and transparent as glass blended with fire because of its yellowish and amber aura. And them that had gotten the victory, these are the 144,000 elite few, those that remained faithful and true to Theos over the serpent, the United States of America, and will have overcome his picture of the beast, which is the pale Jew's image of Jesus, and over his mark. They will not be seduced by money and wealth, and over the number of his name, 666, to be printed on your forehead. And over the number of his name, 666, to be printed on your forehead. And under his name, 666, a computer number. So don't go looking for the number 666 to be printed on your forehead. So let me repeat that one more time. Let me wind this back one more time. And them that had gotten the victory, these are the 144 elite few. those that remained faithful and true to Theos. Over the serpent, the United States of America will have overcome its picture of the beast, which is the pale Jew's image of Jesus. And over his mark, they will not be subdued by money or wealth. And over the number of his name, 666, a computer number. So don't go looking for the number 666 to be printed on your forehead. The conniving evil one is more sophisticated and clever than that. Then John, son of Zebedee, saw the 144,000 standing in a sea of glass called the crystal city, having the harps of Theos. Verse 3. And they sung the song of Moses, the servant of Theos, and the song of the lambs, saying, Great and marvelous are your works, Master Theos Almighty. Just and true are your ways, your ruler of saints. And they are singing the song of Musa, servant of Allah, and the song of Colorful, saying, Great and wonderful are your works, O Sustainer. The controller of all just and real is your path, O King of all. And they sung the song of Musa, the servant of Yahweh, of the Elohim, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are your works, Master Yahweh of the Elohim. El Jadi, just and true are your ways, your ruler over saints. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of God, and they sung of the Lamb. They sung of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous thy works, Lord God mighty. Just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. And they, the 144,000 pure souls, are singing the song of Moses to be drawn forth, son of Amram and Jochebed, whose real name is Tobadonjah, meaning my Lord is good. The servant of Theos, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and wonderful are your works of Els the Quran, the true readings, Master Theos, the Almighty, O Theos, the controller of all, and the real is your path, O ruler of all holy ones. Verse 4. And who shall not fear you, O Master, and glorify your name? Question. For only you are holy, and for all Gentile nations shall come and worship before you, for your judgments are made. And it says it again. Who will not fear you? Who will not fear you, O Sustainer, and glorify your name? For you only are the kind, and all nations will come and posture before you, for your wisdom has appeared. Who shall not fear you, O Rab, and glorify your name? Question. For only you are holy, for all Gentile nations shall come and worship before you, for your judgments are made manifest. Who shall not fear thee, O Lord, and glorify thy name? Question. For thou only art thou holy, for all nations shall come and worship before thee, for the judgments are made manifest. Who will not fear you, O Master, and glorify your name 5 or more times a day, every day? For you only are El Ra, Yuwafu, the kind. The 82nd attribute of Allah, El Elohim, the Most High Sustainer, and all Gentile nations will come and prostrate before you, for your wisdom has appeared. John describes the crystal city as a dome. One moment. Verse 5. And after that I looked and beheld the temple of the tabernacle in testimony in the Orion skies was opened. And after that I, Yukiana, saw. And when I did, the temple was already opened, and it has a dome of the witness and Samuel. And after that I, Yukiana Bar Zebi, looked and beheld the temple of the tabernacle in testimony, and Shamyami was opened. And after that I looked and beheld the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony, and heaven was opened. And after this I, John, son of Zebedee, saw. And when I did, the temple of the tabernacle was already opened. It has a dome of the witness in Orion skies, and the city had a dome like a mastodon. And the shape of the crystal city is like that of a beehive. And the 7 angels came out of the temple, having with them the 7 plagues, and upon them garments of pure white linen. And they had sashes of their chest, sashes of gold. And the 7 Malachi came out of the temple, having with them the 7 plagues upon them, garments of pure white linen. And they had sashes on their chest, sashes of gold. And the 7 Malachi came out of the temple, having them with them 7 plagues upon them, garments of pure white linen. And they had sashes of their chests, sashes of gold. And the 7 angels came out of the temple, having the 7 plagues, clothed in pure white linen, and having their breasts girdled with golden girdles. And the 7 messengers came out of the temple, having with them the 7 plagues upon them, their outer garments of pure white linen. And they had the ashes of their chest and ashes of gold. The 7 messengers and the 7 living creatures are described as being in the crystal city. Verse 7. And one of the 4 beasts gave unto the 7 angels 7 golden bells full of the wrath of Theos, who lives forever and ever. And one of the 4 living creatures gave the 7 angelic beings 7 golden bells full of punishments of Allah, and ever living, and even more, ever living, even until the eternity, and forevermore. And one of the 4 beasts gave unto the 7 legs 7 golden bells full of the wrath of Yahweh of the Elohim, who lives forever and ever. And one of the 4 beasts gave unto the 7 angels 7 golden bells full of the wrath of God, who liveth forever and ever. And O Babylon, one of the 4 living creatures, gave the 7 messengers 7 golden bells full of punishments of Theos, to pour the wraths of the plagues into the planet Earth. The 7, not the 7, but let me rewind back. The old Babylon, one of the 4 living creatures, gave the 7 messengers the 7 golden bells and bowls full of punishments of Theos, to pour the wrath or plague into the planet Earth, ever living, even until eternity and forevermore. No one will enter into the crystal city until the 7 plagues are complete. Verse 8. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of Theos and from his power, and no man was able to enter into the temple till the 7 plagues of the 7 Theos were fulfilled. And the temple was full of smoke from the splendor of Allah and from his power, and no one was able to enter the temple until the 7 plagues of the 7 angelic beings is completed. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of Yahweh of the Elohim and from his power, and no man was able to enter into the temple until the 7 plagues of the 7 Melech were fulfilled. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of God and from his power, and no man was able to enter into the temple till the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were fulfilled. And the tabernacle was full of incense smoke from the splendor of Theos, and the sweet fragrant smell of incense. And the Levites, or the Levitical priests, used to burn incense day and shadow hour upon a special altar that stood in the holy place of the sanctuary, in front of the curtain that separated this apartment from the most holy place. At the annual day of atonement, the high priest entered the most holy place and burned incense in the center, and the smoke which enveloped the ark of the covenant, Aaron, Berith, and Joshua. Leviticus 16, verses 12 to 13. Incense will scent the new temple also, the temple of the Most High, the crystal city, and from his power no one was able to enter the tabernacle. No one will be able to enter the crystal city until after the earth has experienced the fullness and the completeness of Theos' wrath. The plagues of the 7 arch messengers, Anunnaki, Elohim, is completed. First, the 144,000. Then, afterwards, the judgment of all others on the planet Earth, which will occur after the 7 Anunnaki Elohim, with the 7 bells full of the wrath, which are plagues of Theos, have finished afflicting the planet Earth with the punishments of Eli, the Most High. And that right there is the end of chapter 15. So, I'm going to leave it at that for now. I'm going to be posting this as well. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. Again, I want you all to know that you are loved beyond this world and in this world. You are loved. Begin to spread the love one to another. Be the peace that you seek. Release. Our master teacher, Dr. Malachi. I love you. Peace. Shalom. Hashug. Divine love. And Wadu. And it's all love.